Let's work from mount position. Okay, so I'll be on mount position here. Okay, and I'll keep my feet really close to his hip, right? You know, like sometimes you mount and you post your hands on the floor like this. Okay, so that's good because you can balance. But to be honest, his arms are free. If his arms are free, it's easier for him to go for elbow escape, for example. An elbow escape means he's gonna tuck his elbow inside your leg here. Okay. And by doing that, he's gonna start escaping the hips. And he's gonna start opening up my legs apart, you see? Because he pinned his elbow here. In front of my leg is actually his forearm. He makes this frame. And he escaped the hips to the other side. So now he opened up my knees apart. By doing that, he find a space to bring his knee inside, and then he start put on the X guard. So that's a very effective way to escape from mount. Okay? Or he's gonna put the elbow inside, elbow escape, and then sometimes when he can't escape the hip, he's gonna try to trap my foot, just like that. Okay, and now he's gonna start facing the other side by putting my knee between his legs, and then he's gonna start recovering the guard, put me on the half guard. Okay. Another way to escape from mount. When I try to go for a cross choke, or even though he's gonna control my hand, my arm, he's gonna trap my leg. He's gonna trap my foot right here so I don't base, and then he's gonna bridge and turn it this way. Okay? And now I'm on body. Okay. So this last one, it's probably the less effective from all. The most effective is the elbow escape, but this one helps you to find out the other ones. For example, Andy can bridge this way, and then I base, now he's gonna elbow escape. So he mixes it up like a bridge, force me to open this space to create a base, and then he recover the guard. At the end of the day, the elbow escape is really, really effective. By grabbing my collar like this and trying to toss to the side, he'll never escape from mount. He has to have either his elbows inside my leg here, at least one of the elbows. He needs to choose one side. So if he pick the right side, he needs to put the right side on the floor. And now he goes here. You see that the left side is up, so always his shoulders off the mat. So he gave me opportunity to attack him right here. Okay? He'll never put both elbows inside like this. Because now right here, he can't escape the hips. He needs to pick one side. He has to pick a side. Okay? For example, if Andy picks this side here, okay, I can hug his head and then torque his face, right? Force him to face the other way. Of course, it's gonna be hard for him to do the elbow escape here. But sometimes, even though I'm doing this, he find a way to trap my foot right there. And now I'm in this situation where he's gonna start escaping and putting me on guard. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna explain here just what to do when you mount and how you maintain yourself on mount as long as you can. The first thing, if your hand's on the floor, is good, but look, I'm not attacking the floor. I'm not grabbing the floor. So the hands on the floor is not too much for me. My hands has to be on him, right? I have to grab the arm, cross his arm, grab the collar. So my hands needs to be here, okay? Even a fight, for example, as a self-defense, put my hands on the floor right here and keep my hands on the floor, I can't punch him. I can't be effective, right? I have to put my hands on him, okay? Even like to adjust my grip before I throw like a punch or something like that, okay? Having my hands on the floor is not a good idea. Of course, if you bridge really fast, right? I'm gonna put my hand on the floor to base. But I'll try to do this as less as I can. For example, when Andy bridges, okay, breathing like this, if I keep myself like 90 degrees, for example, right here, or like I would say 100 degrees, right? My legs from my body here. I keep this fold, like my core is folded right here, okay? My hips is folded. And then Andy bridges, I have to put the hand on the floor. But if I'm here and Andy bridges and I bridge too, I bring my hips forward. So look, my hands doesn't need to go on the floor. Okay, so I have to be at the same time tight, but I have to be relaxed. So when Andy bridges, I bridge as well. Okay, go fast and I go like this. Okay, I try to put the less I can of my hands on the floor. Okay, I'm not doing this going, and then I do this. Because that gives the opportunity for my opponent to go for the elbow escape. Okay. Another way he can escape other than bridging and elbow escape is pressing me. He can grab my waist, and he can start using his knuckles against my hips, and then he pushed me towards his thigh, like this. He extends his arm. You see that I'm sliding? And now he's gonna pick one side to escape the hips. And by doing that, you get out from mount, okay? So we're gonna just start warming up like this. If I'm here, my hand is on my opponent, I'm trying to grab his collar, of course he's defending, right? I like to grab the wrists and the arms like this, okay? If Andy bridge Andy, I have to bridge as well. I have to drive my hip forward, okay? Go back. Do like 3 times, for example. 1, 2, right? And then 3, okay? So I'm here. It's just like the rodeo, right? The cowboys, right? Yeah, they never ride the bull like this, right? They always like, ooh, they move their hips. It's the same. Okay, you have to loosen up your hip. If you're stiff right here, you're gonna fall, okay? Of course, if you bridge really fast to the side, I can open my base like this, but my ankle needs to be attached to his body. Really close. I cannot open here. Because if I open here, look, now he has a space to bring the leg inside. So he bridged up, I bridge together, he bridged to the side, I lift this leg right here, and I advance this knee here. And I keep my leg really tight. He goes back again, bridge again forward, do the other side. Okay? This is like my control. See, I put my hand on the floor here, but I'm super attached to my opponent. I don't want to see this bridge to the side. You cannot do this, okay? This is not good. Bridge. I just keep my leg really tight, okay? But bridge and turn sideways and go. Exactly, just like that. So now I'm pretty much almost on his back. I can even finish my opponent here. All right, so this is about bridging, okay? Forward, I bridge as well. Sideways, I move my legs like this, but this knee needs to go close to his neck. For example, go this way. Gotta do this. So if I bring his forearm to the floor, his forearm is no longer touching my leg, okay? So now what I do, I extend his arm, I hug his head, and I pin his arm here, and I extend his arm like this. Okay, he's like a half Nelson. Now, I underhook his arm. Okay, now I have arm and head, which is great, because now he has only one side to face. He cannot go the other side. Try to face the other side, and only if I give too much space. I hug, and I use my shoulder against his face. Right, so now I'm here. If I underhook both arms, it's great, but it's only to attack arm bars. You can attack the neck if you underhook both arms. So if I underhook both arms, that means I need to go to armbar attack, like ass mount, okay? I like to grab head and arm because I can go to the armbar. I can go to a triangle, like stepping over his arm here. Okay, I can go like triangle here, okay? I can go katagatame, okay? And I can go to a cross choke. Like I start grabbing the collar right here while I keep the arm busy. Try to go elbow escape on that side. It's hard for him, right? So now I start doing the other attack that I'm gonna show you later. For now, we just gonna maintain ourselves on mount. One person will do this for 3 minutes. Bridge forward, bridge sideways, bridge other side. Pin your elbow inside. C grip. Pin his elbow. Control. Underhook his arm. Now I stay here. Other side. Pin the elbow. The wrist, actually. Underhook the arm. This is just the first things that you're gonna do, okay? Those are the escapes he's gonna try to do. Now if you press and start pushing me towards his leg, like this. Right here, sometimes it's hard for me to underhook, especially when he grabbed my pants, like this. Okay, he's very strong right here. He stiff his arm. Right here, I like to grab the head. I hook his head because now try to push me down. Okay, and now I go for Ezekiel. Okay, Because now look, I start squeezing the Ezekiel, and my opponent will be worried about the neck. He's gonna stop like pushing me. Because if you keep pushing the hips, he's gonna get choked, okay? The way I do Ezekiel, pay attention. This is very, it's a very good detail. I get Ezekiel, I go with these two knuckles right here, the last two knuckles, right on the soft spot of his neck, okay? Right here. Not on the front of his throat. And I use my shoulder against his chin. So probably like you doing the Ezekiel and you try to cross your arm all the way through. If you cross your hand all the way through, it's not gonna be effective. I like to go here. And then now I use my shoulder over my hand to push my hand against his neck. Okay, so I go like this. And then he taps. Okay, so first I do this. Look, you see how I squeeze? So the neck is right there. I go like this. That's how I push. And now he's gonna feel the pressure. And then after that, I extend my arm, okay? Only after that. And pretty much, that's the first pressure. First pressure, second pressure, okay? Because the first pressure, I just use the pressure of my shoulder. The second pressure, I start extending, okay? So again, don't forget. First is bridge forward, I bridge sideways, bridge the other side, bring the elbow inside, bring the elbow inside, push the press, Ezekiel. Okay, use the detail of the Ezekiel. Just keep doing that over and over, okay? And then we're gonna learn something different after that. All right, let's go, 1, 2, 3.